Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Talos Principle 2. I hope you have had a lovely week. It was 2 weeks this time by accident. That was not in my plan. But it was this area is so pretty. It was our August long weekend. And I took the opportunity to go spend some time. Is this where my last save point was? It must be. I spent some time with my mom, and it was really good, but it meant that I came home a little too late to record an episode for next week. So have I done this? Yes, I have done this. Okay. Before I forget, let's look at research things. Looks like there's no social media things. And I've had... Yes, please do give me more feedback on the captions that I'm adding to videos. Wally, I appreciate your question. I'm sorry that I got to it late. I'm a very absent-minded person sometimes. I forgot to check back after asking you for input. The clarification on this is the reason I am doing subtitles, captions, is because it's really important to me that things be accessible. And I really don't like YouTube's auto caption thing because I have issues with too much AI intervention and it just does poor quality. So I'm doing it myself. Noema system. Pretty much all the tech on the island, from the puzzles to the megastructure, is run by a system called Noema. I've identified a number of obvious commonalities with the software we use in New Jerusalem, enough to be certain that Noema is descended from our own software, although Athena and Cornelius appear to have upgraded it quite extensively. Noema seems capable of interfacing directly with the user's mind. Somnodrome? At a deeper level than our own technology, although this functionality is not used consistently. Currently, guest users are locked out of all functions, so only 1K can access the system, although he's also locked out of any admin functionality. This is, I think, the first time anyone has given 1K pronouns. Teleportation. In some ways, teleportation is one of the less surprising things we found here, in that at least particle teleportation was known to be theoretically possible. Of course, that's still miles away from these teleporters, which operate on principles that simply contradict what we know of physics. The transfer of matter from one location to another is instantaneous, without an observable wormhole or similar effect. There is, however, a release of exotic particles in the instant teleportation, which decay within fractions of a second. Exotic particles. Why the word exotic and not alien? This one, I'm surprised that each of these Sphinx engravings is so different. And now that I'm looking at it, I'm wondering if it's related to the Gold Gate puzzles. Okay. No social media. Let's get out of here again. Okay. Well, we did the first puzzle. And I'm glad we did. That was very fun.
Everything okay?
I am amused that is, like, Al's first question is to make sure everything's okay. Ooh, that's a big question. What did Herman say?
He blamed Byron for being headstrong and foolish, which I don't see it quite the same way, but it's easy to understand why the mayor would think that.
Oof.
It wasn't hard to convince him that we can't leave Byron behind, though. You may not agree with Herman on a lot of issues, 1K, but he's not a bad person. He's doing his best in a difficult situation.
I really like Al, actually.
I hope so. He's always been annoyingly hard to get rid of. Why do you ask?
I think overall he is actually very level-headed. He's just... he has a lot of anxiety.
Just because I believe we don't need to expand and dominate everything doesn't mean I want us to go extinct. I know there are people who think that way, but if I care about other species going extinct, why wouldn't I care about this one? Seems irrational to me.
Tell me about Cornelius.
He was the third to be born, after Athena and Eustathius. He was an important figure in New Jerusalem's early history, almost as important as Athena. But after she vanished, he faded into the background. I don't think anyone suspected he knew where she was.
What was he like?
I didn't know him that well, but he was always very calm, very thoughtful. Everyone respected him.
I love this question.
I do. Although I prefer the term interactive fiction. It's better at capturing what this art form really is. Storytelling, but with a completely different underlying structure. As a category, it's more equivalent to poetry or the novel, rather than, say, film. Anything else?
Eustathius.
He was in charge of planning New Alexandria. It was his mistake that led to the disaster.
Oh,
After
there's a
that,
bird.
he retired from public affairs and dedicated himself to his studies.
I mean, I think Byron's just trying to make up for something. That's why he's so incredibly hell-bent on his optimism and... yeah, doing something.
Yes.
Oh. I mean, they probably are.
You mean, am I unduly influenced by my experiences?
I don't think it's unduly.
Unable to imagine the better future Byron wanted because I'm too traumatized?
That's not what I meant.
Could be. But I'd like to think I'm a little more self-aware than that. It makes me wonder why people always think they know better than nature.
Fair. Okay, where am I going? 2 is this way. Hello, birdies. 2 is this way. I can't see behind these, so I'm assuming there's no levers on it. Any of the new ones. The escape. Interesting. Okay. Well. Then from here, I actually need to put it closer, don't I? Not that close. Like that. And then I can go like that. And like that. Which gives me this. Where does the teleporter take me at the moment? That's very pretty. Nowhere. Okay. But I can get in here. Yes. Okay. So then... Oh. Can I hold something? Can I hold something and teleport? Yes. Lovely. Aw, that was nice. That was actually very, very good.
I've decoded another file from the data stream. Listen to this.
Mother and father think of our discoveries as a language, a code. But I think they're wrong. They're so caught up in the technical details of running the experiments and upgrading the machine that they're not paying attention to the patterns we're finding, to the symmetries, the harmonies, the melodies. The fundamental language of reality is a kind of music, and it's beautiful. Beauty is an inherent property of the cosmos.
I love the way she looks at things.
I do agree that beauty is inherently part of the universe we exist in. Okay, number 3. Sorry, bird. Through the wall. Interesting. Super interesting. Okay. Not yet. Oh, hold on. We actually need this to stay outside, I think. Because I can get through this way. But I need this guy. Okay, so it'll be teleport in, move. So I can get in there regardless. This, and then grab one of you out there, grab you, put you here. This and go there. Except that I need go there. There we go. Please post your thoughts. The expedition in this thread. Keep it simple, civil. Have I read? I don't think I've read this. I think the powers that Athena has unlocked are world-changing, and it's our responsibility to use them to lessen suffering for all living things. We know. We heard your broadcast. I think we're being tested, and Byron failed the test. What happened to Byron was an accident. Is there a difference, ultimately? Yes, there is. No one's actually seen Athena or Cornelius or Miranda at the megastructure. They could all still be aliens. I feel like we need to at least think about the potential of all these new technologies. Maybe the founder is trying to teach us how to use them. Why is everything malfunctioning on the island now? Is it because of Byron? He was still logged into the system. His presence may be destabilizing it somehow. Or it's Pandora. She seems to want to stop the team. Honestly, I wonder if Pandora is just somehow malfunctioning. Like, she's supposed to protect the megastructure, but she can't tell friend from foe. The choice of Pandora as a symbol cannot be accidental, and the message is obvious. The megastructure is Pandora's box, and we should not open it. I mean, I think we should open it, and just be careful. Personally. Oh, that looks like a fun set of rooms. Hello, Melville.
Did something break?
No. I'd like to know about Cornelius.
He taught me a lot when I was young. Nowadays, people just know him as the museum curator, but back then, he was closely involved with every engineering project, and he was brilliant. When he encountered a problem, he'd always remain calm and keep working at it until he found a solution. I wish I could be that patient.
Keep working on it. Why didn't they vanish together?
If I had to guess, I'd say so that Cornelius could still go back for anything they needed. He was always leaving on expeditions anyway, looking for materials for his projects. Now, I suspect Byron is still logged in, and his presence has thrown everything out of whack. Entire subsystems are locked down, and everything that depends on those subsystems is disrupted. There was a short burst of noise on the frequency we used to communicate, but that could have been anything.
I doubt it. Pushing through. Just the teleporter? Okay. So then, this. Is it actually that interesting? Can we... Oh, I can teleport out with it. Okay. So I'm gonna need to put that there. Oh. Not quite. I can't teleport through these gates. Don't think I need that one. Don't think there was anything else in here. Okay. So then... I don't actually need that outside bit to stay open. Except that... Except that I don't think I can teleport without it. So... Nothing else in there. I'm thinking too hard. because you can't... Previously. No. I had not teleported through. I hadn't noticed that was tile. I had not teleported through the energy gate. It had definitely been through these bars. And there's no way... Like, the only thing I can think of is maybe if I'm standing up on the box, I might be able to see over one of the gates. It's the only thing I can think of. Oh, hold on. Instantaneous. I got there eventually. It just took me a minute.
You know, a couple of years back, we went on a scavenging expedition to an ancient industrial complex south of New Jerusalem. It was enormous, sprawling, an area many times bigger than our whole city, just dedicated to manufacturing. It was incredible to think about the sheer variety of things they produced. And it made me realize how austere, how restricted our lives are. You know how most ancient structures are overgrown? It's kind of pretty, but in a sad way. Well, this one wasn't. There had been some kind of chemical spill. I don't know if it happened while the structure was still operational or if something had just rotted through, but it killed everything. Even centuries later, nothing could grow. It didn't have to happen that way, and history doesn't have to repeat itself. But we do have to remember that it did happen once.
In the early days, humankind lived in a world of unexplained wonders and terrors. The powers of the elements were understood in terms of gods and spirits. After all, how else could one explain thunderstorms and earthquakes? But as the realm of scientific knowledge expanded, the realm of the mystical began to shrink. The sacred grove, as Hegel wrote, was reduced to mere timber. But as superstition retreated, another thing was lost: meaning. In a purely mechanical universe, people yearned for the comfort provided by gods and spirits. But there was no way back.
But what about the beauty of the universe? The perfection of everything around us, couldn't they see that?
Not sure I can see that, Miranda. But I do think there was another way, a way forward instead of back. Faith not in an invisible world, but in ourselves, in each other, in the inherent value of consciousness and civilization. They never really found it, but I think that in those last months when their whole species was dying, they caught a glimpse of it. And that's how your mother was born.
That was a really cute dialogue. Minimalism. Interesting. Oh, I took damage. Got it. Maybe I'm not supposed to be down here with this. Doesn't move it. Well, let's do this. Let's put you on there. And maybe I can actually teleport up here. Yeah, I want to go down. I'm not sure what that did, though. Oh, hold up. I had forgotten about the jammer. Oh no. Of course I can't. This is just literally right above that doorway. Can I drop it down? Nope. because of the bars. But maybe I can place it. I would have needed that open. Oh, I can take the fan. I mean, I need it. Well, I'm gonna leave this puzzle undone, because it's the bonus one. But that is very interesting. Where was I? This was for... right? Yes. For...
Listening to Miranda talk about beauty made me think. Okay, this might be super weird and kind of pretentious, but I honestly mean it. What is beauty? Like, where does it exist? Is it just in our minds? Or is there some objective component, something quantifiable? I always thought it was just perception, but if I understand her correctly, Miranda sees beauty as a property of the universe itself.
Beauty exists in the interaction. This is, I think, the best one. It is a property that we can perceive, but it's not that simple. It's more like what Miranda was saying about a pattern of behavior, pattern of interaction.
Interesting. So the more humans there are, the more we spread across the world, the more beauty there is.
Mm-hmm.
But then, doesn't it follow that it's our duty as a species to grow? To make the universe more beautiful?
Yeah, there's a difference between growing and exploring, having more interactions.
That seems like a contradiction.
Yeah, it's not about quantity. It's about the interaction existing. Growing too much, we overwhelm the interaction.
I'm not sure that makes sense. Each of those 1,000 people is having a different experience. They all see beauty in their own unique way.
Just because there's more experiences of beauty doesn't mean the value of the beauty is any greater. it doesn't matter who's perceiving what. Beauty is a set amount because it is the interaction of universe with person, with people.
But if we're all one, what does anything matter? What does it matter if we grow until every other species goes extinct? If there's no self and no other, if there's no difference to protect, then it's all the same.
No,
Literally.
It's a system. It is a system.
Sorry, I guess we'll have to agree to disagree.
Do you think Byron's okay?
I hope so. I understand why he was impatient, but he should have been more careful.
Did you know Cornelius?
Yeah, everyone knew Cornelius. After Eustathius retired, he was the only one left who was there since the beginning. Except I guess none of us really knew him after all. We all thought he was lost in the past, always studying the archive and the simulation. But he actually had all these secrets. And a daughter.
Are you disappointed?
No, just surprised. Maybe a little sad that he felt he couldn't trust anyone with the truth.
What do you think of the southern regions?
The southern part of the island is a natural desert, basically just due to the chemical composition of the soil. I haven't been able to work out why it's so warm, though. It could be a warm ocean current or something to do with the megastructure's thermal output. New Jerusalem doesn't have the kind of equipment I'd need to figure that out.
The fact that there are such different, like we had a winter region and now this is a very, like, Australia type region. All of these different climates existing in one series of islands makes it really clear to me that this is some type of meta simulation almost.
Mostly just made sure Pellegrino didn't mess up the VTOL. We only have a handful of them, and while they look cool on the outside, the truth is they're held together by gaffer tape and good intentions. There's a reason Melville's always complaining.
Societies unwilling to invest effort and resources into their infrastructure can't remain functional. I don't agree. Quite. I do think it could cost lives.
You're right. I guess we never think about how easily tragedies can happen when we don't pay attention. You neglect something here, cut some corners there, and then suddenly someone is gone.
Miranda said the fundamental language of reality is like music.
I think that's one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard. I hope it's true. Okay, this may sound like a robot joke, but I love heavy metal, especially the more melodic kind.
Okay,
It's
but for
big,
real.
it's epic, it's full of emotion. You can really get lost in it. Actually, I named Bruce after Bruce Dickinson, the lead singer of Iron Maiden. They used to call him the air raid siren, which is also what my Bruce sounds like.
But seriously, like, the more operatic style of, like, goth metal, fantastic. Okay, looking for 5. 5 is this way. We've got... Did I come down here? No, I came around. Well, I want to see what's up here. This island is very nicely organized for me. It's all like rock outcroppings. But sand and chalk. Yep. City by the Sea. When I realized it was over, it was all really over for good. I decided to take one last trip to my favorite places before the symptoms got too much. I could never forgive what they did to Chokidiki. I could never forgive what they did to Chokidiki, this incredible, wild, rugged place between mountain and sea with pine trees all the way down to the water. The colors, the vistas, the sheer overwhelming beauty of it all. And they just built all over it. Hideous hotels sprawling like tumors, obscene beach bars blurring their awful music across the sea. Even in Cavorotripes. It was impossible not to hate humanity a little for it. The idea of all of it returning to nature, of the hotels gradually sinking back into the reed fields, was moving and beautiful. But then I went back to Thessaloniki. For all the ugliness inflicted upon that city, the idea that people would no longer meet up beneath the Camara or go for long ambling walks on the promenade, or for crepes on the Platia Navarino was unbearably sad. The idea of the rotunda just standing there empty after being a sacred place for so many centuries, it made me remember that it's not just beaches and forests that are beautiful, that cities can be more than just streets and noise. Cities can have histories and personalities, and that means something. Who am I writing this for? Do I believe there will be survivors after all? Do I think that crazy robot project I heard about will actually work out? I do hope that aliens will come to our planet one day and wonder... Do I hope that aliens will come to our planet one day and wonder who we were? The truth is that I don't know. But there's something in the love we feel for the beautiful things that we built, as much as in our revulsion towards unnecessary destruction, that matters. This is why beauty isn't, like, beauty exists, but it exists because of the interaction, because of the relationship with the person perceiving it. You can't have more beauty with more people because it already exists in its fullness and its wholeness. Anyway, I'm having trouble figuring out the words, but this resonates with it. Why didn't our ancestors understand that you can build in ways that make an area more beautiful instead of ruining it? Even if all they cared about was personal benefit, wouldn't that benefit them more? In the long run, yes, but people rarely think about the long-term consequences, especially if there's an incentive to act immediately. And yet most of them were unhappy with the result. Couldn't they see that it was within their control to act differently? You know, I think part of the issue is that our lifetimes tend to be quite short in the grander scope of the cosmos. Solving the wrong problem. From L.D. Armand's Can You Point Me in the Direction of a Better Timeline? Humans are problem solvers is a quote frequently associated with my friend Alexandra Drennan. It's become a meme on the internet, used both ironically and not. Though Alexandra, of course, is entirely earnest in her dedication to humanity. It is a great thought and vital to understanding our species, but it's not entirely as simple as that. Take, for example, the recent extinction of the orangutan and the ensuing conversation about the dangers of unknown pathogens released by human activity. Most of us agree that a problem exists, and significantly, most of us believe that something ought to be done about it. So, we've identified the problem, and we have collectively decided to act. So why is nothing happening? That is a serious question. A great deal of effort is expended on raising awareness. But I would like to suggest that sometimes our problem-solving impulses can get stuck in the wrong goals. Awareness is not the issue. We've already convinced people that something needs to change, so if nothing changes, we have to wonder, why is the will of the people not being translated into action? Footnote, she's also capable of being devastatingly sarcastic, but that's another story for another book. Maybe the problem was that they didn't have enough hope. They could see the problems, but they couldn't imagine that one day those problems could be solved. It's easy for people to get so lost in the problems of the present that they think nothing will ever change. That's true. Our emotions overwhelm us. They lost hope because the historical circumstances they found themselves in encouraged despair. But that in turn meant the conditions could not change. How do you go against history itself? From Hipparchus Journals, Volume 1, The Founding of New Jerusalem. Day 372. Yemo died today. One moment he was there, welding a joint on the upper levels of the tower, and the next he was gone. One careless step, that's all it took. Athena brought him to the dam, but even Cornelius couldn't help. Yemo is gone. Now there's only 12 of us. I think about Yemo every day. So do I. You did nothing wrong. You weren't even there. I was.
This is a design for an improved charging station. Fascinating, but not relevant.
Can't go up there. And we're just hitting the 58-minute mark on this video, so maybe this is a good spot. This is a good spot to call it for the day. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, guys. Please do continue to give me feedback both on video quality as I keep making tweaks in the background and on the captions that I'm adding. I do want them there. I don't want them to be too distracting, however. So that's kind of the line I'm looking for if you guys want to give me a hand with that. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you have a really lovely week, and we'll see you next time.